Now, let's just say you've entered Steelpath and you feel like you are severely undergeared in Warframe and you just cannot seem to find a weapon that will just do enough damage to Steelpath enemies, and you just feel like everything is weak. When you enter Steelpath, you should be around Mastery rank 12 to 15, around there, and boys, just trust me when I say that the Laetum is literally one of the best weapons to get in Warframe and is actually very cheap to get. All you need is 3000 standing for rank 0 of the Zaramon standing, and 1 pinion, which is 1 Void Angel, and 5 quills, which is like 1 bounty reward if you do the exterminate on tier 5. Otherwise, just run a few lower tier bounties and you will get your 5 quills very quickly. Or if you just run normal Zaramon missions, you will also get these quills very quickly as well. This weapon will quite literally carry you through every piece of content that Warframe throws at you. Like every piece of content. Level cap, no problem. Welcome to another video, everyone. Let's hop straight into the build guide and what this weapon is capable of and the good synergies to use with this monster of a weapon. Leave a like on this video and hit the subscribe button. Let's hop straight into it. Firstly, let's go over how this weapon works very briefly. It's an oddball weapon in Warframe. You have evolutions for this weapon, 5 to be exact. Each evolution has a little task that you need to complete. When you have unlocked the last one, you get the thick boy damage buff that this weapon gives, which is called Devouring Attrition, which, as you can see here, it gives a 50% chance to deal 2000% extra damage on non-critical hits. Which is weird, yes. So basically you don't want to build crit for this weapon at all. You will do less damage if you do so. That is why a Riven with minus critical chance is one of the best things you can put on this weapon. You do less crit hits and you do more damage. To go over the 5 evolutions that we use for this build, of course we do incarnon form. That is what makes this weapon so strong. The incarnon form is an alternate fire mode that you need to charge up, and then you basically unleash hell with this thing when you get the incarnon form. We will go over that later on in the video. For the second evolution, you want to go Rapid Wrath. The third one, Lethal Rearmament, and gives you 30% reload for 12 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. And then you want Kaput Matoim, it gives you extra headshot damage. And then of course Devouring Attrition, which is what we just went over. Now let's talk about the mods that are required to make this build. This build will take you around 5 to 6 former. I know that sounds like a lot, but trust me when I say that that is a worthwhile investment, because once you get this weapon, you technically do not need another weapon in Warframe. Obviously you're going to use other ones, but you get what I'm saying. It's very strong. But here are the mods that you want to build. You basically want to go for a viral heat build. That is what you want to go. It's really strong. You're going to go Galvanized Diffusion for multi-shot, Hornet Strike for damage, Primed Expel Grenier or any other faction mod, Lethal Torrent for fire rate multi-shot, Frostbite for cold and status chance, Pistol Pestilence for toxin and status chance, Scorch for heat and status chance, and then Primed Heated Charge. So it's extra heat damage. This is very strong and stacks with viral very well. Then Steady Hands, which minus 60% weapon recoil, because this weapon has quite a bit of recoil. Then you want to go Secondary Deadhead, which gives you extra damage, and then the 30% headshot multiplier, because remember our evolution gives us extra damage, so this is even more headshot damage. Very strong. And then extra weapon recoil. Now that's 50% plus 60%. Then your weapons are gonna look something like this. Nice. Great. So now that you have the mods and you have the build, so now what, Flo? How does this weapon work? Well, I'm glad you asked. So you have an incarnon form that you need to charge up so that you can unleash the demon inside of this weapon. You need to headshot the enemies to charge up your incarnon form bar, and once it's full, you press middle mouse button and you switch to the incarnon form, and all hell breaks loose with this weapon. It does too much damage. Let's hop into the simulacrum so you can see what I'm talking about. So now that we're in the simulacrum, let's test this weapon out against enemies. So we're gonna of course do our favorite corrupted heavy gunners. We will do level 150. These are not Steelpath enemies, but it's fine. I'll show you anyway. So here we go. This is the non-incarnon form. You'll see the bar at the bottom there, like I was talking about. You'll see there, I'll shoot, and there it's busy charged up. So 1, 2, and see, that was just 2 shots. Now, the incarnon form. Yeah. It does AoE. It does insane amount of damage because of Devouring Attrition. And it's just absolutely insane. Now that is non-armor stripped. If you throw an armor strip into the mix, that is something else. So if I like go here, okay, that's not going to really work because That enemy was almost dead. Now to show you against armor stripped enemies, so I will pop that over there. So these guys are all armor stripped and 450k damage, 160, 161. Yeah, it's insane. There we go. 250k. There we go. Easy peasy. Now, this gun has gone to level cap, as in multiple times. I've taken this, it's the main weapon that you take to level cap, if I'm being honest, especially for Void Cascade, specifically Void Cascade. Now, one way to make this weapon a lot better is using the ability called Xata's Whisper. So if I go over to my Ash build that I use for level cap for Void Cascade, we're going to go over to my config C, which is my endgame build, and as you can see here, Xata's Whisper. So basically it gives you extra void damage. What this ability actually does is it double dips the devouring attrition modifier, so it actually multiplies that 2000% damage by a lot. The Xata's Whisper also stacks with the Fenrir as well. It also works really well there, but specifically like the Laetum as well, it's insane. 1.4 million, 1.1 million, 230k. Let me just pop the incarnon mode. Okay, that didn't kill them, but you can see there. Okay, so here is the damage against a Steelpath Acolyte. I'm just going to show you with armor strip and then without armor strip damage as well. Just going to get these enemies dead quickly. I just wanted to showcase this for you guys. It's awkward. Okay, so this is out. I'm just gonna break your shield for you quickly. That's out without armor strip. See the damage there? If I try that, yeah, I can't even hit him. There you go. It is just insane. So the reason why I say that this weapon is really good is because it actually doesn't cost a lot of investment. The only thing that's a lot of investment is like Fire Former, which in my opinion is actually not that a lot. I don't know if DE will ever nerf this weapon. I really don't know. But the only downside of this weapon is that you have to be Master Rank 14. But when you get to Steelpath and around there, you shouldn't be too far from Master Rank 14. And so it's worthwhile getting. It's fun. It's satisfying. So anyways, guys, that is the Laetum guide. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you get that weapon, build a build, and just to have fun doing everything in Warframe and put life on easy mode. And so, yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Wow, Laetum's right there. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one.